This is the champion story of Eminence, Fly Fishing Rick, and Cool Fan. As Jump Master, I take us to launch site to safely loot and to approach a fight that would certainly take place in Lava Siphon. Loba, understanding my plan to loot quickly and head for the next POI, leave together. Seer, however, still preoccupied with the fishes, is flying around in launch site looking for the best loot. As we enter the POI, I take out my drone and spot enemy movement. However, they continue running off and we decide to pursue. Spotting a loot box on the way, I take 10 seconds to see what's inside, but that in itself is enough for my team to suddenly be far from reach. Loba knocks up Big Daddy Quillon here, but gets shotgun to the face by LXL. Seer takes on a 2v1 and wins the fight, and in typical crypto fashion, I walk in the end of the fight, clearly helping my team with the scan of my drone and providing wall hacks. That was basically the only reason why we got out that fight in the first place. Am I right, guys? We loot up, and having won our first spoils of war, are eager for more bloodlust. We gatekeep Harvester as the ring closes, but unfortunately there's no team around, so we head back to where we came from. There, we see rats, sniffing all over our leftovers, and this meant we had to exterminate. I crack them, and they scurry off. I throw hack and destroy their little nest, and now with no home, they frantically run with fear in their eyes as they dive into the rock for shelter. I pin one down, and knowing that I'll have to get up close and personal, I become hands-on. This was a mistake. As for the little friend bites my hand that laid upon their friend, luckily there was a reason why our pest control team doesn't just include me. Now, at this point, there's only 2 other teams left. We gear up and are ready to take on a fight. However, we don't know where the last teams are or have heard of them, so we continue our way into the circle. Although my teammate was mute in comms, I could very clearly hear them screaming on the screen, "Check the banners, Crypto!" with their ping, and in response, yes. I'm with you. As we reach the next circle, we hear gunshots nearby, and very clearly we understood what our next game plan was. Was it going in guns blazing? Was it flanking around and surprising the enemy behind? Or was it using hack to gather as much intelligence and information as possible so we could decide our next course of action? If you answered any of those 3, you are absolutely 100% wrong. I sat in the corner and stared while Loba restlessly walked around in place. We continue to wait, and Seer catches one of them off guard as they go for the care package. And in that moment, I knew it was our time to shine. After lurking in the shadows for so long, with nothing but the heat from the lava and the snow that crunched beneath our feet, we strike at dawn! Or in this case, strike at cracked? No, we strike it. And in a mere span of around 10 seconds, we clean up the fight. Bloodhound calls the Allfather as they gracefully dolphin dive and enter into the ether without a single hair on their body ever touching the ground. As much as it was mesmerizing and a spectacle to see with one's own very eyes, instantly my mind races into getting the Poe out of there. As we are about to get third party central, just as my intuition was on point, a flashbang and a half later, Loba goes down. I quickly grab some ammo and I zipline up, but how could I? After what we've been through, I could not turn my back on them. Or else, what am I? Who am I? I turn back, grab their banner, and make a dash back for the zip. And in just 20 seconds, after they leave this world, they are brought back in. Having the high ground, I do my best to keep the enemy distracted, as our Loba gets back into the fight. Loba goes back for their box, but luckily, the enemy doesn't camp the spot. However, that brings the next obstacle. If they catch us down below as we try to make our way into the circle, it's over for us. I loot the bins nearby, and my fear becomes reality as I hear quick tapping steps above my head. In a mad dash, I race for the stairs, hoping our seer doesn't go down, and I try my best to provide cover fire. It was only one so far. However, in the distance, I noticed the others approaching the bridge. I tell my team to relocate to the circle, and I use my EMP to distract them from attacking us as we try to reposition ourselves. I successfully damage all three, and I hop over the fence. I receive second-degree burns from my feet, but with the adrenaline pumping through my entire body, I feel nothing. I hear the rampage shooting towards me, just barely touching my burned feet. All three focus fire on me. A hail of bullets surround my body, yet none touch me, and for a split second, I feel like the main character. I did say for a split second, considering, and me realizing they're acting like stormtroopers, change tactics and use snipers instead. Achoo! The first shot hits, and I start to lose confidence. They laser me, and I knew if I fell, it would be over for us. I dive into the corner, and away from their line of sight, I safely pop a battery. A small victory. Loba places her ult in the building to try to gather more resources for our team. I hear an enemy approaching the doorway, and Seer throws their ult, causing the enemy to back away. Loba, disarrayed from just staring at the loot menu, panics and backs away. She shoots our teammate's ultimate. She's a little confused, but she's got the spirit. The All-Father has really blessed us today, as they really don't seem to favor the Greek god's side. And I'm sure, on the opponent's team, it really must have been a bruh moment. The ring killed him. Oh, sorry. I mean, yeah, I killed him. I just edited out the part where I killed him. I pressure them behind the crate and throw an arc star. It cracks one of them, and I throw a grenade to try to flush them out from their hiding spot. It works, but I'm unable to damage one of them hard enough. I reset and use my ultimate accelerants to ready my EMP for one final push.
Putting an eye in the sky.
I see no opportunity, so I place Hack above the roof, out of sight, but not out of mind,
I'm back.
and yet close enough to target them. I get lasered as I step outside, and I say, nope, indoors for me. I go downstairs and contemplate if I want to go back outside, and I hear outside a loud, deep voice.
Watch out, I'm opening this.
Indoors, indoors, indoors. The barrage ends, and I step out. I look to my right, and the enemy seer is distracted, so I pump them with bullets. They go down, and I thirst them. I run back to try to reposition, but the last thing I hear is our seer's tactical, and then their champion banner. Whoa, 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 cut that, cut that. There's no toxicity here. This is the champion story of Eminence, Flying Fish, and Cool Fan.